Scott, new details have come out about Assassin's Creed Hexe. Not Red, you know, the one that we're supposed to get this year, but the one we're supposed to be getting in 2026. Let's talk about it. Tom Henderson.
They went and revealed a whole lot. Now it's getting hard to track.
Yeah, Tom Henderson over Insider Gaming. Details on Assassin's Creed Hexe are few and far between. Officially, the series' vice president and executive producer, Marc-Alexis Cote, alluded that the game will be different from past entries and developed by Ubisoft Montreal. From the game's official tease, we know that it will lean heavily into witchcraft, Scott, for the first time. This is a little different, with the game rumored to be set in Central Europe between the 16th century Holy Roman Empire. That came via Bloomberg. Insider Gaming understands that the game is still in relatively early stage of development and is expected to release in 2026 on the Infinity platform. Scott, when do we get this platform?
Yeah, that big launcher that I'm not exactly excited for, but I'm surprised we haven't seen it already now. Maybe with Red?
Maybe. I think that's where it's supposed to launch, but I don't know, because we've heard nothing on Red. Of all things, we've heard nothing on Red, the one we're supposed to be playing this year. Dude, I am baffled. I am shocked that we have seen absolutely nothing from Red, because Ubisoft is notorious for leaks. Here we are, right? Talking about Hexe, a game that is still 2 years out, but yet we have heard nothing on what Red is actually. Well, we've heard a couple things, but like, why are we talking about Hexe and not Red? Hexe is understood to be more linear experience compared to its predecessors, with some elements of open world exploration, somewhat akin to some of the earlier Assassin's Creed games. As already reported by Insider Gaming, Hexe is poised to have a single female protagonist, currently named Elsa. She's from Frozen, who has seen supernatural abilities. While details on all of her abilities are unclear, footage sent to Insider Gaming under the condition that it does not go public shows off one of these abilities. In the footage, Elsa is seemingly being hunted by 16th century German soldiers, and she uses a spell to possess a cat, Scott. The player then controls the cat and uses it to distract the soldiers by knocking over a glass bottle, which smashes on the ground and diverts the soldiers' attention. The gameplay provided to Insider Gaming depicts a dark and gloomy setting in the cobbled streets of the city. Sources also outline that the plan is to have a fear system in the game inspired by Assassin's Creed Syndicate Jack the Ripper DLC. Scott, did you ever play that DLC?
No, I don't think I actually did.
Yeah,
that's the one missing piece from Syndicate. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I always played the base games, and very rarely did I have time to then jump back in to get to the DLC. But either way, while the exact details of the system are unknown, it isn't difficult to see how this system, or at least a version of it, can be easily implemented into Hexe. The 16th century witch trials saw up to 80,000 suspected witches executed between 1500 and 1660. Dude, blows me away to think that is an actually legit fact.
Yeah, that is, man. Have you ever seen the movie The Crucible? Because that goes into some good depth. I believe it was a book, but it talks about that, and that was a lot of my learning experience.
Fair enough.
An awful, wicked time.
While these are early details on the game, it's not hard to see why Marc-Alexis Cote described the title as, quote, a different type of game, end quote, to IGN in late 2022. He continued, quote, not everything has to be a 150-hour RPG, right? To bring more diversity to places we choose to visit and how we choose to represent those periods. End quote. Absolutely, Scott. This is why we got Mirage last year, right?
That's right.
We got into Assassin's Creed Mirage last year. This year, we're back into that 150-hour RPG with Red. That's what's rumored to be about right now, which is coming up. That puts us into 2024, right? Assassin's Creed Red. Does that continue then throughout, like Valhalla did, for 2 years, and then that's when we get Hexe? Sure seems to be lining up that way, doesn't it?
That would make a lot of sense, yeah. And I think they're doing the kind of Call of Duty model where one series is happening and then they bounce back to the other one. We're going to do the RPG and then we're going to go back to the kind of regular old school one. And I like that this one is going back to one of those. They describe the map as being like the early Assassin's Creed, because that tells me it's going to be a little bit smaller, but it's going to be more intimate. I'm going to actually learn and remember where some of these things are, hopefully.
Yeah.
And the idea of sitting it behind witchcraft, that's new. as far as I remember,
Absolutely,
there's some
completely new.
Apple of Eden magic and stuff that happens sometimes too at the games, but this is having an ability that seems to be a native person's ability to cast magic. That's cool. It also kind of reminds me of Chia. Remember that?
Yes, I do. Actually, that's funny you bring that one up. That's funny. It's an interesting take, man. To be honest, I never really saw Assassin's Creed go this way. We've always requested red, right? We always wanted a feudal Japan setting. It just makes a ton of sense for Assassin's Creed. Get us into that Tenchu feeling, right? Bring in that stealth. I want to be assassinating from the rooftops, like we always do, regardless. But in a samurai manner, right? I want to be a ninja, dude. I just want to hide in the shadows, pop out, take out the targets, and then bounce. Red is queuing up, and if red hits on all cylinders the way I want it to, dude, the 150 hours will blow by. I won't even blink, right? Like, it could be really enough to carry me over, and to get into Hexe to be such a different feeling. It's interesting to watch over the years, because we've now had over 15 years, Scott, of Assassin's Creed, right? From 1 all the way over to Mirage right now. We've seen the diversity of Assassin's Creed kind of come and go. The flow of it all. Some hit, some didn't. Some were better than others. This, that, and the other. And some have, I've got my personal favorites. You have your personal favorites, right? Because there's so many different titles. It's incredible. The way Hexe could just change the game seems very, very interesting to me. The fear system, I'm very curious about, because I didn't play Jack the Ripper. Now I'm going, dude, do we jump back in? Maybe we jump back in. It's just, what is this fear system? Now I'm curious. You know what, Scott? I'm jumping back in. We're going to go play Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We're going to get the Jack the Ripper DLC, and I'm going to check it out. I want to find out what's going on here and get a better understanding, because that's one pocket that I missed. Dude, I thought Syndicate was fantastic, but we came across this whole time period of Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, and everybody just went, yo, I need a breather, right? And everybody's got Assassin's Creed fatigued.
This series has survived 2 bouts of Assassin's Creed fatigue. And I'm hoping that it doesn't face another 3rd one. Now that we know so many different projects are on the go, I kind of hope this is spaced out quite a bit away from Red.
Yeah, I think we're going to get... Honestly, I really think Red is queuing up to be Assassin's Creed Valhalla format, right? We had the game for the year, and then DLC dropped over the course of the other year, and the tail end, I believe, the first year as well. And it kept us going for a 2-year cycle. So, if you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're in for the main game, and then you just bounce from the DLC like I often do with these games. But at the same time, dude, I finished up Mirage. I was like, yo, you want to give me some more? Right? Like, it felt so tight, so good, so old school, and what I've been calling for, been asking for years, that it felt great. It was funny, because I got a good friend who used to work at Ubisoft. He says, everybody wanted open world, we gave you open world. Then when you all wanted to go back and you all wanted to be smaller, then we gave you smaller. Like, there's no pleasing us gamers, Scott, at the end of the day, is really what it comes down to.
Oh, that's true. Everybody has a different opinion. You'll never get them all.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you're excited for Hexe or Red over at itgtv.com. Check out all of our socials. You can't miss us.